a human being.
Correct.
Is it something that is so fussy it just doesn't eat and then dies?
No, it is very specific. It only likes one thing on the menu. And
Is it bees' penises?
Well, you're not far off the area that we need to be looking to. It's so deeply unpleasant. There are a few parasites who have cornered a market so decisively. It's a little leech. It rarely sees the light of day because it lives up a hippopotamus's bottom. That is where it is. It's called the Placodeliadois jaegerskjoldi. Now, here's the thing. Hippos have incredibly tough skin, right? So if the leech is looking for a blood meal off the hippo, it really has to go to the rectal region because that's where the blood vessels are, the skin is vascular.
Where the best restaurants are.
Seriously, best place to hang out. It is literally a pain in the arse, this leech.
So it's a big gaping hole like that, and it's like...
So what's...
Much like the Sarlacc pit.
Here's the thing. Has anybody ever seen a hippo being excused?
No, I've not seen
Well,
that.
it's the most extraordinary thing because they are noted for the violence of their bowel movements, OK? So they fire out an absolute explosion of slurry.
I know how they feel, guys.
Hippo is incredibly... We went to a zoo in Spain and they had a hippo. And they are incredibly heavy.
Yeah.
They weigh 3,000 kilograms.
What were you doing at this zoo? Come on! I went to the zoo.
Carrying it.
It's incredibly heavy.
It's got a little plaque you can read all about it.
OK. I thought you were down there going, come on, kids!
There's no one here. We'll get that one.
No, they're incredibly heavy,
They weigh the same as
incredibly dangerous.
150 people.
Yeah.
I made that number
Oh, it's Guinness. Oh, sorry, he's just saying... He's just saying it wasn't 150 people.
I just made it up. It might be about 50. I was trying to get attention, that was...
If you...
Why are the bowel movements so violent? I'm
Well,
interested.
OK, so it is extraordinary. I mean, what's amazing is that the leech is able to hold on while... It has a fantastic grip. It's got a pair of suckers, front and rear, which provide incredible anchorage. So while this poo is spraying everywhere... and we don't know the reason, but there's a really nice story which I like, which is the San people, which is the wonderful hunter-gatherers of southern Africa.
The sand people, you say? Yeah, you've got to be careful, because they're a lot more aggressive than the Jawas.
Yeah.
You can get them mixed up easily, but those sand people, don't trust them.
It's like I've moved into a parallel universe.
The thing about the sand people is they always travel in single file.
Do they?
Yes, beware of the sand people. What?
Yes, Ross. Is it something helpful?
Yeah, it is. I have a slight confession.
Yes.
Right. I recently, whilst bored in a hotel room...
Yeah.
No! If you go online and type in hippos pooing, right, there are...
Sorry, just going to stop you there. Why would you do that?
I was just...
Just what your way out. Bears in the woods.
And there are huge amounts of videos of people filming hippos at zoos who the tail goes up and they go...
It's unbelievable.
I don't know how it just sort of... But that's the thing. I've got a leech.
There's a reason that the hunter-gatherer people of South Africa, the San people,
Oh,
give,
yes.
which I really, really like.
Oh, yeah.
So when the creator assigned each animal its place in nature, the hippos really wanted to live in the water, but it was feared that they might eat all the fish. So they were finally allowed to live in the water on the condition that they would eat grass instead of fish and would fling their dung so that it could be checked and inspected for fish bones. And that is the reason. Isn't that sweet?
Is this scientific research?
Yes. Yes.
OK.
That's it. Leech is not the only animals having trouble penetrating tough skin. Vultures are consummate scavengers. Their beaks are designed for ripping and tearing, and they can't get into the carcass, so a lion has to open it first. If that doesn't happen, they have to find a soft entry point, and they thrust their heads into eye sockets and nostrils. And here is a fantastic description from National Geographic. A Rupel vulture is 8 inches into the wildebeest's anus before another bird wrenches it away, then slithers its own head like an arm into an evening glove up the intestinal tract.
Got very lyrical then.
It is. It's dirty work sticking your head up someone else's bottom, but the vulture's sparsely feathered head and neck are just what is needed to keep gore, guts and fecal matter from clinging after a deep carcass dive. So, the world's fussiest eater won't eat anything but Hippo's arse. In fact, they've taken the little leeches into the lab and offered them other things to eat, and they refuse. They only want...
Does it eat hippo poo or hippo arse?
They're leeches, so it wants the actual...
So it's not interested in the dung at all?
No, it doesn't want the dung.
It just hears it coming.
Yeah, well...
It's like visiting... It's like...
It's like living in a wind tunnel for a week. Now, what is this plucky little bird up to?
Cleaning the teeth, surely.
Oh.